Tazar, okay. Myself, Officer Nashak, we in the building, okay. And like I said, the thing is this, you know what I mean? Because I asked Officer Gazak, a couple nights ago, about that hell. A lot of people think 2023, people think that you're gonna die, and if you're not good, you're gonna go and burn up in a lake of fire somewhere. People actually believe that. And I'm like, yo, just step back, after you say it, step out of and think about what you just said. That's a fairy tale, man. It's a fairy tale. So I actually was trying to do some research on how they started. And it's so many, you wouldn't believe. You get in the internet, there's so many different versions of how it started. It's like, you know what I mean? You got to be extra diligent and just fight through all the information that's out there and try to find what is kind of based on, real truth. I know the Roman, well, at least I think I know, right? The Roman Catholic Church started that theory, right? Saying that, and I told the brother, I said, it's only because they came up with that because they wanted the society of people to listen to them. You know what I'm saying? I found one article that actually said that. They came up with that because they wanted the people to listen to them. Because I guess at that time it was, it was very, out of control, the society. I don't know. But they wanted the people to listen to them and do what they say and be good servants under them or whatever. You know what I mean? So they came up with that. So now, 2023, we listen to what Esau says and not what the Bible says. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it was just a scare tactic to get people to listen to them. That's why they came up with that. Listen, even as we got out the slave ship, what they taught us: if you good in this lifetime, you go into heaven. But if you don't, serve your masters well, you go into hell. You know what I mean? So it was a scare tactic to control the population. Okay, and it's still that way because the people that you see that believe that they're gonna die and go to eternal damnation, they are the most submissive people you will ever want to meet. Like these Christians, especially the Levite Christians and people like that, they're so submissive and soft-spoken, and it's because they believe if they don't serve Esau well, they're gonna go in the middle of the earth and burn forever. They believe that. Then they believe, if I'm a good servant, then I'm going up into the clouds and be with everybody else and just do they eat up there? I mean, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like
for eternity.
For like forever. Right. And I told the brother, I said, just think about it. If that was true, either heaven or hell version, right? If from the beginning of time this was happening, how packed heaven gotta be right now. Like, heaven's gotta be so packed, hell's gotta be so packed. There's no room, to move. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to, go ahead and pull a few scriptures and, try to break down, at least according to the Bible, and prove that, hell, we can get some heaven versions too. I wanted to prove that hell is here on earth. Okay. So you got anything, Officer Sharatazat, you want to bring out before we go in and get it in? I know we in hell every day, you know what I mean? So it's plenty. Every day I got something I want to say, you know what I'm saying? And talk about how our people being misled, you know what I mean? How we're being, mistaught, you know what I mean? And everything else, how we're being mistreated. It's just, insane what we're going through as a family. You know what I mean?
Con, sir. I wanted to add too, like the oldest, I wanted to add to what you were saying, like the oldest concept of hell came from the ancient Egyptians.
You know what? I read that too. I read that one also. And I said, well, goddamn, I never, you know what I mean? And they said that the Egyptians they said the Egyptians came up with that first. I read one article said that. And it was so much different, different articles. I was like, what? You know what I mean? I'm like, which one's true?
It's the ancient Egyptians who came up with the concept because they believe in the underworld,
right?
And that's where the Greeks get it from. The Greeks get it from the ancient Egyptians, and because of that whole underworld concept come from them. Because the Egyptians believe in life after. They believe in life in hell, like life after death type of hell, like you still living. They don't believe in they believe that they're gonna get tortured. The bad will get tortured and the good will continue to live, in a dark place or something like that.
Oh, okay. Because I know, yeah, right. That's why the what do you call the people, the pharaohs? What the pharaohs?
Gone.
Okay, they would get mummified, and all their gold and all that other stuff would be put in there with them, because their thought was they're taking that stuff with them. It's going to help them in the transition to the next, right. I guess, life with like what you're talking about, Sharatazak. You got an article or something on it?
No, I just know that it came from them, and then the Greeks took over it, and then that's when the Edomite Dante's Inferno came out with that. You know what I'm saying? But the oldest is the Egyptians, because that's they believe in that underworld stuff. Right.
So yeah, I'm okay. So I'll double back on that then and try to read up more on it and see, what I mean, what I can get out of that, because I really want to get a good breakdown and be able to bring it to the people, on how this crap started, man. Because it's a fairy tale. It's not true. Like the Bible says, any other God is vain. You know what I'm saying? So anything that goes outside of these scriptures, man, is vain. It's a lie. It's a farce. You know what I mean? One brother, I could just go all day, tell you about what I'm dealing with on these slaveries. I told the brother, I said, you know what I mean? Like, basically, you know what I mean? Like, we chasing a dream, right? In this society, we're chasing a dream, and it's called a dream. It's called the American dream, and we're chasing it. We got brothers and sisters that come from these other countries or whatever, and they hit the ground running. I chasing that dream, boy. The Mexicans come over here chasing the dream, man. The Levi, boy, they chasing that dream hard, man. I mean, like they hit the ground running with those, what are them church shoes? They hit the ground running. I already had them church shoes on. You know what I mean? Like, they get off the boat with those jokers on, ready to be a good sermon. You know what I'm talking about, Them cats love them church shoes, man. They have Nike shorts on with church shoes.
Nike sweatpants.
Yeah. What are you doing?
With the church socks.
With church socks.
If they got socks.
No, most times it'd be no socks. Oh, man, that is something else. Hey, Trooper Gobble War, can you hear me?
Cut on con, sir. Shalom. How about you?
Yeah, how about you, Yahshua Barakatah, man? It's good to hear your voice. Okay. We ain't getting, trying to break down this fairy tale that, this society has taught us about heaven and hell. You know what I mean? Being in another dimension somewhere or something. You know what I mean? There's only two dimensions. Fourth dimension and the third dimension, right? So go ahead and let's start with Matthew chapter 10 and verse 28.
Like, you want me to grab that, sir?
Yes. Okay. I just want you listen. It's to us, this is so basic. You know what I mean? Like, this is the basic. This is, you know what I mean? How can I say it? This is, the basic breakdown. You know what I mean? This is what you just taught when you first come into the school, but our people need it. You know what I mean? We think it's basic. You know what I mean? Man, you teaching that? my people need to hear this. They need the breakdown of it because they don't know. They actually think they're gonna die and go and burn in a lake of fire, man. 2023, people believe this, Itazar. And I feel so bad because it's brothers, young sisters growing up in these darn churches being, deceived generation after generation. And the people that are doing it is doing it just so they can, either get money or just because, it feels good to them. They're happy with this society. They got a good job. You know what I mean? Their houses, got food in the refrigerator. Forget everybody else. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You know what I'm saying? So we actually need these milk scriptures on our brothers and sisters and try to get them to know and see what you know. You know what I'm saying? They ain't ready. We got to give them some milk and get them in the dang school. You know what I mean? Give them some basic, knowledge so something they can grasp and digest and get in the darn school, man. I see these brothers, you know what I mean? I'm passing out business cards. I'm waiting for, for them to show up. Go ahead, Gobble War.
Salaki, sir. What chapter and verse?
Yeah, Sharatazar, you got it, man.
Can you hear me, sir?
Go ahead, Gobble War.
Salaki, can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
What chapter and verse, sir?
Oh, Salakia. Matthew chapter 10, verse 28.
Come on.
Yeah. The condition we live in is literally hell, man. I don't see how you don't know that. We know it, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, you ask somebody, hey man, how you doing? How you call up a family member? How you doing? What's going on? What are they gonna tell you? Man, I'm going through hell. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through hell. Shit, it's hell over here, dog. You know what I mean? Like, yes, that's where we at. And we talk like that because we have this, spirit about us. But what does Scripture say? We have the but without knowledge,
zeal.
Yeah, we got the zeal for the Most High, but without knowledge, man. We know we in hell, but we ain't got the knowledge to know what hell is. You know what I'm saying? We think we just in a bad, man, I'm going through a bad transition, dog. My light's about to get turned off. Times are hard, But no, dog, you're being punished. You know what I'm saying? You're literally in punishment. Okay? You're literally being punished right now in the earth. That's the place of judgment. We'll get to it. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. I can just go. Y'all gonna let me talk all day. Listen, I can't stand when people be talking about they blessed. Negroes talking about they blessed, man. They in the little 10 by 10 church corner. You know what I mean? Church on the corner. You know what I'm saying? They sitting outside the store. Ain't got nowhere to live, you know what I'm saying? But they gonna tell you they blessed. No, man, you cursed right now. We gotta teach them. Listen, reality, man. Reality. Stop chasing a dream and come to reality. Red or blue pill. Okay? We gotta wake them up and tell them they living in a dream world, Neo. You're living in a dream world. Go ahead, Trooper.
Come. The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which killed the body.
Right. The Most High, Christ. These words are in red. So now, this is the thing, right? Moses, the Most High, right? Moses gave us the law. I like to say this. Moses gave us the law. Christ gave us the breakdown. You understand what I'm saying? Moses gave us the law. Christ gave us the breakdown. Read it from the top.
Come. The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which killed the body.
Right.
But are not
Christ
able to kill.
No, but Christ, right? one of the other things I was reading as I'm researching this hell, right, in the middle of the earth, is one of the article said that it told you that Christ, only came to save his people. And you know what I mean? And it talked about the Romans who were trying to kill us, and Christ, they thought Christ was gonna, overturn the Roman, empire and stuff. They thought Christ was gonna do it, you know what I mean? That's why they wanted to say, what's the sign? You know what I mean? Like, they thought in that time when Christ walked the earth, they thought that Christ was going to do it right then. They thought Christ was going to overturn the Roman army, the Roman Empire. You know what I mean? Put us in rulership. It's listen. You know what I mean? But listen, Christ is going to do it. But first, you have to get yourself together and know how to conduct yourself in that rulership.
Come on.
If Christ do, you know what I mean, overturn the Romans who's ruling right now still, you know what I mean? When Christ do come and overturn them and put us on top, we got to know how to be, you know what I mean, how to conduct ourselves in the earth. We got to know how to, you know what I mean, keep these laws, statutes, and commandments and run the earth. Okay? We can't be getting high and think we're going to be, you know what I mean, over the earth. You can't be, you know what I mean, worshiping cows and pigs and stuff and think it's just one God, man. Okay? And that's what Christ was about. Go ahead and read it.
Come. But are not able to kill the soul.
Right. Christ was saying, don't fear the Roman army. Okay? Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Do what your father is telling you to do. Be like me. You know what I'm saying? Christ didn't have no fear. You know what I mean? He flipped tables over. You know what I mean? He was a revolutionary. Okay? And he died for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay? They murdered our king. Okay? Keep reading.
Come. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Right. The most, like, Esau can destroy your body because Christ just said it, in hell. Okay? It says, fear not them which kill the body. Okay? But are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. So as soon as he started talking right here at verse 28, he's talking about hell. He's talking about a condition. Now you're in this condition. You're alive. You can be killed in hell. You see that, Sharatazak? You can be killed in hell. Right here in hell, somebody can kill your body. And Christ is saying, fear not him that can kill your body in hell, but rather fear him which can kill the soul and body in hell. Okay? So this condition that we're in, hell right here in earth, it's a condition in earth, not under the earth. Or you wouldn't be able to be killed in hell. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody would not be able to kill you, right, if you're already dead. How is somebody going to kill you?
Right.
Okay? Hell is right here on earth. You got to be alive to be in hell. Okay? You got to be alive to be in hell. And listen, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in 2023, since we got off those slave ships, we've been in hell, Sharatazak. We've been in hell. And before that, Christ knew, you know what I mean? It was already started. And Christ said, listen, fear not them which can kill the body, because the Romans were over us back then. Okay, but he said, fear not them that can kill your body. You know what I mean? But rather fear him that can kill your body and soul in hell. Now, that soul part is like okay, I'm trying to use a word that we can understand. Like, okay, when you are alive, right? And your spirit or your continence about yourself is up. You're good. You know what I'm saying? Everything's good. You feel good about yourself, the earth and everything. But then the Most High can make it to where you want to die. You know what I'm saying? That's killing your soul, man. Like your soul, you ain't got no, you know what I mean? No hope, no faith. You know what I'm saying? That's killing your soul, man. Like you just want to die. You know what I mean? And that's who can put you in that bad position or condition. And that's who got us in this bad condition right now. Our Father God has got us in this condition because we stopped keeping the law, statutes, and commandments that he gave us. We turned our backs on the covenant that we went into with him. Okay, so now we're in hell on earth. Okay, you're not going to die and go into hell in the middle of the earth. Okay, keep reading.
Verse 29, sir. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father.
Right. You could drop it, but that's basically saying, you know what I mean? The Lord, our Father, does everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything. He put us in hell. He'll get us out of hell. We're not getting out of hell. You know what I mean? Like literally, we're not going to overturn the Roman Empire. Itis Dab, Sharatazak, Gobble War. Our Lord is going to, our Father is going to do it. Just like when we came out of Egypt, we did not kill the Egyptians. They got unalive, right? But we didn't do it. Our Father did it. He wants the glory. And if you don't give it to him, you'll be in hell. Because he chose you, Negro. You went into a covenant with him. Okay? All right, let's go to Ecclesiastes. Chapter 3, verse 16.
Salaki, so you know what? They believe, Christians believe you're going to hell to a place to get tortured, right? But it's you see how Christ say, you know what I'm saying? And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. Like your soul is forever.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They can't kill your soul. But Christians, they believe that you're going to be tortured in hell, but you know, you being tortured on the earth.
Right.
By your oppressor.
That's a good point. Because
You know what I mean?
I like to ask the Christian, prove to me that the hell exists under the earth.
Right.
We went to hell and saw it and came back and said it exists.
Right. Like you mean
it
to tell
ain't in
me,
these scriptures.
right. You mean to tell me getting off of like losing your identity and getting off of slave ships and you know what I'm saying, your sons and daughters, you don't know your culture no more, and the God you serve, you don't know nothing about yourself, and you picking cotton and you getting your back whipped and you being burned alive and your eyes being gouged out, your skull because you're reading. Like,
wow.
You mean to tell me that's not hell, man? Like,
wow.
Like back then we called Esau the devil.
Right. We knew who our enemy was.
We knew we was in hell, and that's
right. Right. He's the devil right here in front of me.
Right.
Oh man, that's a good point, Shiratis. That's a good point.
We ain't gotta go under the earth.
Right. Right. That's a good point. That is a good point. We called him the devil, you know what I mean? And now, you know what I mean, we've forgotten who the devil is.
Right.
You know, because he gave you a job. He gave you a new car.
Right.
He gave you an education, a student loan. He let you go, you know, he gave you a note, a passport where you can go, you know, here and there, gave you a driver's license, a note. He gave you a couple of different kind of notes. Now you can run up and down the street and do whatever you want to do. Use free now, you know what I mean? And we forgot what happened to us just, you know, a few days ago.
You know, that's the same thing that they did during slavery. you would have.
That's why I said it like that.
Yeah.
They gave you a note so you can go down to the store and bring something back. Now that note is just your driver's license or your passport. Here's your note. You can travel. Hey, where's your note, boy? Driver's license, registration. You know what I mean?
Gone, sir.
And if you don't have that note, you go into jail.
Slow down. Don't move too fast.
Gone, sir.
If you don't have the note, you go into jail.
And that's,
Okay, so nothing's changed, man. They just gave you a gift. Gift
Right.
destroys the heart.
If I could, that's the same thing with the no trespassing signs. Like those whole no trespassing signs, they initiated those so that black people wouldn't just go where they want to go.
Oh, we.
Yeah,
right.
research. They
Wow.
started putting up trespassing because brothers would start, setting up huts by like a lake or something
Right.
because fish is there.
Right.
You can fish
Right.
and survive off of that. You can make a living. You can plant some shit and grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they started putting up no trespassing signs. Started cornering black people into
Wow.
one area. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. I did not know that, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Trying to keep them from cultivating their own
Right.
stuff.
You go like you just found this land. Ain't nobody on this land, you know. And okay. And they say, oh no, no trespassing on this land.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just that easy. Just put a sign
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And now if you're there, you can get
You go to jail.
Yeah.
Wow.
and if I could, that's how you know Negroes is in hell because we grateful for the little crumb that they give us. That's why we say, "Oh, I'm blessed," because Esau got everything, but we grateful for that little passport. We grateful for a little crumb. We got a car. I'm blessed. I got a house. I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I got like that crumb, because you in hell. You gotta say, "I'm blessed" for that crumb because you know you in hell.
Right. You're in such a low state and used to being in that low state to when you finally get something. Oh my
Right.
God.
I'm blessed.
I'm blessed.
It's a miracle.
Oh man, that's it. That's what I'm talking about, Shiratazak. That's exactly what I'm talking about, man. You see what they done to us? Like you said, they give you a passport and you blessed now. Well,
Yep.
guess what, man? I want the whole goddamn earth. I want the whole earth, and I don't have to have I want a chariot where I can be on one side of the earth and the next side in a matter of seconds. You know what I mean? Checking on my servants. Go make sure they're growing good corn and cotton. You know what I'm saying? Just hover above them. Yep. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what they do to us. That's hell, man. Being under another people, that's hell, man. Because they know you are to be a second-class citizen. It's hell, man. You know what I mean? And that's where we at in 2023, and we gotta prove it to our brothers and sisters and wake them up. Okay. You got what I was what I called for Gabba War?
Con, sir.
Listen, Gabba War, don't. If you want to say something, brother, you know what I mean? Go ahead and jump in.
Con, sir. No sweat.
Okay. Go ahead and read what you got.
Con. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and that the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Right.
Verse 17. Oh,
Hold on. Okay. So this brother, you know what I mean? He's thinking to himself, you know what I mean? Because he's pondering, you know what I mean, what's going on in the earth. Okay. Moreover, I saw under the sun where he's at, right? This brother's under the sun on the planet Earth. Okay. And he saw in this place judgment. He saw his people being judged for what they, you know what I mean? For what they did right here on earth. You can't tell me you don't see, you know what I mean? Like brothers and sisters say it all the time. You know what I mean? That's what you get. You know what I mean? Like the Lord working mysterious ways. You know what I mean? He had that one coming. You know what I'm saying? You get judged right here on earth, man. And like I said earlier, we know it. We just We got the spirit, you know what I'm saying? It's just we don't have the knowledge to understand what's happening right in front of you because we've been, you know what I mean, lied to. We've been misled by our leaders. It started with the goddamn devil, right? Esau, and he went in, you know, he went, how do you say? He went and recruited, you know, brothers and sisters that would, you know, accept that crumb to sell out other brothers and sisters.
Right.
So now we don't even know that judgment happens right here on earth. Solomon's telling you right here. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. Now the Christian church need to be bringing this out more. Okay, and teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians the truth of the Bible. Judgment is right here under the sun on earth. Read it from the top one more time, Troop.
Con, sir. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and that the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
Right. Okay, so you got good and bad. You got heaven and hell right here on earth at the same damn time. While blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are in hell, our oppressor is in heaven. He has everything that he needs off of you. He eats off of you every day. Okay, keep reading.
Con, verse 17. I said in my heart, the Most High shall judge the righteous and the wicked. For there is a time there for every purpose and for every work.
Keep going.
Con, verse 18. I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that the Most High might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts.
Right. The estate, the condition that we're in. Okay. Verse 17, I said in my heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked. For there is a time for every purpose and for every work. Where's that time at? Right here on earth. There's a time to be punished and there's a time to be rewarded. And right now, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are in judgment. We're in punishment right now. Verse 18. Go ahead.
Shit, did we not just witness the judgment of the wicked with the Alabama brawl?
Did they arrested? I heard they went in. They arrested. They had a warrant for the brother with the chair. I said, where did he get the chair from? Like, where did he get that chair from? You know what I mean? You remember? I don't know if y'all remember this, but they used to have wrestling matches, and it was called ladders and chairs or something like that. Chairs and ladders or something like that. I was like, where did he get that chair from? Right. But you know what I mean? Like
TLC match.
Right. Yeah. That's the spirit of, you know, like Shirley brought out earlier that we used to have. We knew, you know what I mean? That brother couldn't wait for his chance to, you know what I mean, judge one of them devils. Judging everybody with this chair right now.
Yo.
God dang. Go ahead, Shirley.
It's a time for God shall judge the righteous and the wicked, right? Shoot, the wicked just got their judgment, man. With a chair.
The devil.
Right. We seeing it right now.
If I could, right? How they got a warrant out for brother when he was acting in self-defense?
That's what somebody told me. Somebody said, you know, they put a
Salakia, sir.
warrant. 3 people that were out there, 3 men or whatever that were out there. They got a warrant for them, you know. And my brother with the chair was one of them.
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
I watched the video that Captain Kahan posted of like the I guess like the head of the police department in Alabama. So what he said on the during his speech was he issued the warrant for the 3 white men, and then when he spoke about the brother who used the chair, he didn't necessarily say he had a warrant, but they wanted to bring him in for more questioning.
Right.
Yeah, like where did you get that chair from? You know what I mean? That's the first question. Like, where did this chair come from? Somebody from the crowd threw the chair down there.
Yeah,
you know?
right. Riley Freeman threw a chair on him.
You know how they do it in the wrestling, right? You know what I mean? A chair come out of nowhere and the guy grab it, you know what I mean? And they go to beating everybody with the chair.
Come from?
Yeah.
Right.
Why get moved out?
Okay.
You have a chair.
I know, listen, we have to laugh, you know what I mean, through this whole thing, but it's very serious, you know what I'm saying? That we understand what's going on with us as a family, as a nation, as a people in the earth today, you know what I mean? We have to understand what we're going through, man, and we have to understand who we are, man. If you don't know who you are, you don't know how you're supposed to behave in the earth. You know, just imagine if Prince Harriet didn't know he was a prince. He would be, you know what I mean, somewhere, he wouldn't be behaving like a prince. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be behaving like he's part of the royal family. And that's the problem right now. We don't realize we're part of the royal family. Through the bloodline, we got the same blood. I told a brother that at the Slay the other day, man, you got the same blood flowing through your veins that Christ had. We got the same father, same forefather. You know what I mean? Like, just imagine that, man. You got Christ's DNA in you, man. That's heavy, dog. That's heavy. You got Christ's DNA inside of you right now. So we gotta show our people, man, who we are and what's going on. Okay? And the hell that we're in is right. There's no hell under the earth. If there's hell, Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian man, is right here on earth. This is the place of judgment right here on earth. Okay, we read it in verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. Okay, so when the Bible talks about judgment, the judgment is taking place right here on earth. Nowhere else. Nowhere else in this book will it tell you that judgment takes place in outer space or on another planet. We just read judgment takes place right here on earth. Okay? So you could drop that, Troop, the water.
Come.
Let me get Deuteronomy 32 and 22. You don't go into outer space or into the middle of the earth. I mean, just like as I'm saying it, it just sounds so ludicrous. You know, to think that your soul is going to go to a place and suffer there forever, for eternity. You get one lifetime, right? You get 80 years on earth, and then if you don't get it right, you go and your soul goes and burns up forever, for eternity. That's a mighty long time, right,
That's a
Tazar?
long time. I ain't never seen nothing burn more than an hour.
Wow, that's heavy. Wow. You see the cartoon, what they've done to us? They got us believing in cartoons, man, that something can burn forever. A fire can't even burn forever, man.
Like, ask California if anything can burn forever.
Right. Well, I don't know. They've been on fire for a while.
It
It ain't been forever, though.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Whatever burnt has burned already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gone. It's dead. whatever was burning is dead, burnt up now. Now, they
Somebody
on
said
fire.
Salakia.
Yeah, Con. As we speak right now, Hawaii is on fire.
Get that in hand.
Okay, Christ, why is it on fire? I told you, I said it in the beginning. The earth is on fire, and it's been on fire for a while now. That's why I said, man, something ain't right. It's too damn hot on the earth. Something. I mean, the Lord must. Something about to happen, man. It's too hot on earth. I woke up 6 o'clock this morning, walked out the door, and it was hot. I mean, it was fucking hot. I said, this is insane. Something's got to give, man. Something's in the works. You know what I mean? Because that is just insane. You know what I mean? It's 100 degrees, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, the earth didn't cool down when it, you know what I mean? When it did that rotation, it didn't even cool down none. Freaking crazy. Hell is on earth.
They said the sun. They said the sun is aggressively hot.
Aggressive now, huh?
Aggressive.
Wow.
That blew my mind. It said aggressively hot. Dang.
You know what? And the sun's always been aggressively hot, but the Lord created the firmament. You know what I mean? To dissipate that heat and all them radiation things and all that. And guess what? The devil, got a chair going on. The devil has destroyed the ozone.
You're right.
And now, you know what I mean? They're destroying the firmament. It's time that we come back into our rulership, man. So anybody want the earth to be in order again or want it to be right, you should want blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to run the earth. Because that's the only way it's going to get right, man. We would not, poison the sea, overfish everything. You know what I mean? Take out all the stuff that was meant to clean the sea. And now the sea is, you know what I mean, filthy. Because they're eating everything God created to clean the sea. They're burning up the freaking firmament. The white man is the devil. He's a child, man. He's a child. Okay. Go ahead and read what you got, Troop.
Con, sir. You said Deuteronomy chapter 22, what verse?
Salaki 32.
32, Salaki.
32 and 22.
32, 22, 22.
Right. You know what I mean? And, we have to understand what's going on in the earth. When you say you're in hell, that's the condition that you're in. Black people say it all the time, man. I'm in hell, dog. We've been saying it forever. Now we just have to understand that it's literal. Okay? You are literally in hell on earth because you are in captivity under another people.
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
Technically, isn't the island of Haiti called hell because the word Hades means hell?
Is the island called hell?
No. Well, Salakia, let me restate that. The word and term Hades means hell. And that's what they named our so-called Levi brothers, after Salaki.
No, you're right. You're absolutely correct. And that's, it's so many, we've been done wrong so much. Like to be named, you know what I mean? To be renamed and your oppressor gives you a name that means hell. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He goes and robs our brothers, the Puerto Ricans, and call them a rich poor. Okay? So we have been, we've been in hell for far too long, basically. How's that? We've been in hell for far too long. And it's time we come back to our law, statutes, commandments, so we can get out of this condition that we're in called hell. Okay? Go ahead.
Come on. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 22. For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn unto the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase, and set on fire the foundations of the mountains.
Right. This is another precept we can break down and prove that when our power, our Father, our God is talking to us, right? And he says, for a fire is kindled in my anger. You know what I mean? The Lord speaks like niggas. You know what I'm saying? This is how he talks. He's on fire with us. Okay? And it's not a literal fire, but his anger. He's pissed off at black people for not keeping his laws, right? And this is your power talking to you, Hispanic, Native Indian, Negro, so-called Haitian, so-called Jamaican, so-called Puerto Rican, okay? Guatemala, the 12 tribes, man, your power is talking to you right now. And he said, a fire is kindled in my anger. The Lord is pissed off at us for turning our back on that covenant we went into, okay? And shall burn into the lowest hell. Like I'm telling you, hell is a condition on earth. And right here it's being told to you that there's levels of this hell. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's in hell. He's just not, his level of hell is not as low as yours. Because you know what I mean? The Romans or the Greeks and Romans can still go up to him and say, shut up and just dribble. You know what I mean? Disrespect a grown man like that. You know? And I thought about that at the slave. I tell you, man, I can't stand this place that we're in. I'm at the slave, and this white devil comes to me, and you know what I mean, and starts talking to me about fixing some of her problems. That's not my job. Just because I'm a Negro, everything's my fucking job, Salakia. Everything's my goddamn problem. You know what I mean? It's like, and I thought for some reason that's what came to my mind is like how they just go to LeBron no matter how, you know, what his status is and tell him to shut up and dribble. Like they want to be able to just come to you and say, shut up and go change that light bulb. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's not your job. This is the condition we're in, man. And our power said he's 38 hot with us. And his anger is kindled, okay, with fire. And it's going to burn to the lowest depths of hell. So what's the lowest depth of hell? Like I said, LeBron, his hell ain't as low as mine. I live in an alley, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still in hell. Like from the lowest, I don't care how low. Listen, brothers out here on the corner, drugged out. That's a low state, man. That's the lowest hell right there. You know what I mean? And the Lord is still dealing with him. The Lord said his fire is gonna burn to the lowest depths of hell. What does that mean? That means every black, Hispanic, or Native Indian is gonna get it. Okay, all the way from UK to goddamn Haiti. The brothers in UK, they ain't as bad as the brothers in Haiti, but the brothers in Haiti is getting it. Okay, the Lord's fire is burning to the lowest depths of hell right here on earth. This is where hell is at, man. And if you want, you know what I mean, your life to change, you want hell to be over, you got to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. You got to come back to the covenant that you made with your father. Okay? Deuteronomy 32:22. For a fire is kindled in my anger, and shall burn into the lowest hell, and shall consume the earth with her increase. Okay? The more and more our power gets mad at us, the harder, the worse the condition goes. You know what I mean? It's already bad enough, the condition we in. Just imagine, you know what I mean? Now your lights get turned off on top of that. roaches everywhere, rats everywhere. Now you got to burn candles. You know what I mean? It's going to increase as long as we don't come back to these law, statutes, and commandments and set on the fire the foundations of the mountains. Okay, the foundations of, okay. Just think about the foundation. Like, what's the foundation of something? Like, okay, for instance, the foundations of Black people believing that, or Black people teaching each other that God loves everybody. You know what I mean? The foundation of us being in this condition, the Lord's going to burn it all the way down. And we all getting it. You know what I'm saying? All the way down to who created it, who the first, you know what I mean? We all getting it. You know what I mean? We're all getting it because listen, good Negroes and bad Negroes went into slavery. Come on. We're all getting it because that's how the Lord sees us. He don't deal with individuals. He deals with families. It's just one person, his hell might not be as hot as yours. You know what I'm saying? His condition might just be a little tad bit better, but he's still in hell. Because at any moment, Esau can pull him over in his nice car and shoot him to death. Okay? We're in hell on earth, man. For like the scripture I think you brought out the other day, no insurance of your life. That's hell, man. To like leave your home. Like, I don't know any Black Hispanic. You know what? If there's a Black Hispanic or Native Indian who don't feel that way, they are truly, how can I say it, embraced in the doctrine of God loves everybody. Because I leave my house at job in the morning. You know what I mean? I know Tro out there. Man, it's rough. Okay. Don't know if you're coming home. Go ahead.
Yeah, that assurance of life too, that it goes so deep to like, as a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, when you go out, man, you in your mind, you at the slavery and you don't know if you're gonna get fired. You don't know if you're gonna make enough to pay your rent or feed your babies at home. You know what I'm saying? You don't know when they're coming to take the car from you because of them payments. Like, you don't have no assurance of your life, man. Like, you don't know what the hell, you know what I'm saying? Like, you one paycheck away from being on the streets.
Right.
Listen, if I could, somebody told a family member told me, like, we were running, it was like slight scenario, you know what I'm saying? He was telling me about, how it's dangerous outside, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to be caught slipping outside. I don't know if somebody might kidnap me. And then it was like, and I know that sounds silly to think of, my old ass getting kidnapped. But first thing she said was if I get kidnapped, I don't know, like, what my job gonna think. I'm like, and I had to stop, like, hold up, I'm getting kidnapped. Why are
you think about your job?
Wow. Yeah, like, it's like, man, like,
wow.
We in the lowest part of deep as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you get kidnapped, and the first thing I'm like, why are you worried about your job? You get kidnapped. It's like, well, I don't know if I might not have a job. You might not make it back.
Right.
So what you talking about? You getting kidnapped. Like, and all we can think about is that's how.
You know what that is? What? That's a good servant.
That's a good servant.
That's a good servant who wants to die and go to heaven. Go ahead, Robert Ward.
Slightly, sir. You remember where I told you I was working at the other day? In Mangonia Apartments?
Right.
Slightly, sir. That is hell on earth.
Yeah, man.
Right in front of your eyes. Salaki, if I may. The night after I talked to you, the security guard there actually got shot at 30 times by AK.
Wow. That is crazy. And guess what? You didn't even hear about it on the news. That's everyday life in hell. That's hell. You know what I mean? There's nothing to report. What?
Just
Then
put
one of the
some crack
brothers
on it.
make a song say reporting.
For live from hell, home of Christians. And
Right. There's nothing to report. That's everyday life.
All right.
No insurance of your life. You go to work, like Sharatazan just said, and you don't know if you're gonna come home. You know what I mean? No insurance of your life. You don't know if you're gonna get fired. You don't know if you're gonna eat. This is hell on earth, man.
Right.
You don't have to die to be in a, you know what I mean? To be in hell. Just stop keeping God's laws. If you Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian.
Which is that?
That's true. That's it. Okay.
Sir,
Go ahead.
I wanted to add too, if I could. That's for the you rich Negroes too, because you in hell too. You just don't know it because you can't even put up a book on social media.
Right.
You ain't got no insurance of your life. Like you can't even say you speak one word and they ready to flag you and take all your money. You ain't got no insurance of them riches. That money you got is not secured. You talking about secure the bag, but your bag is not secured.
At all.
Come on.
You in hell.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. You know what I mean? Like there's levels to it.
Right.
The Brahm hell and the shock hell. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His hell is just a little bit easier than mine, but he's still in hell.
Right.
You know what I mean? How many we hear stories of football players and basketball players getting pulled over by cops, and the cops treat them like garbage. You know what I mean? Because you're in hell. You're in hell, and you have no insurance of your life in being in hell. Okay. Hey, is that Officer Thurman Young?
Shalom, Lord Christ.
Hey, shalom, y'all. Bashim Yashab Rakatah.
Y'all Bashim Yashab Rakatah.
Man, what's going on with you, warrior?
I'm good, sir. I'm good.
Most High in Christ. Good to hear your voice.
Most High in Christ.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we just, chopping it up, trying to break down these scriptures on hell to let our brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? Because I've said it at the beginning of the class, it's unbelievable that Black people still believe in 2023 that you die and go to hell or heaven. It's unbelievable that that narrative is still being pushed and believed by our people. It's a freaking fairy tale, man. And that's what keeps us, just the thought of it constantly being pushed is what keeps us in this condition.
Come. Shalagia, sir.
Go ahead.
They just did the same thing to Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx came out and said that the Jews killed Jesus Christ, and the so-called Jewish man ready to cancel them all over.
He said the Jewish man or the Jews?
He said the Jews.
But he was talking about the Jewish people, right?
He was just quoting the Bible.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
He was just quoting the Bible.
Okay.
He said them people killed Jesus, a man named Jesus. What do you think they'll do to you? That's what his quote was. Them people killed Jesus, a guy named Jesus. What do you think they'll do to you? And then he said he ended it with something else, like stay up or something like that.
Dang. Like he had to be going through something to say that, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But everybody, and if I could,
go ahead.
Like this is following the rumors of him being a clone, right?
A clone.
Oh God, I need to help you. I need to help you to it.
Well, I thought Jamie Foxx is the one who was sick, right?
Yeah.
He was just sick not so long ago, and everybody's like, nobody knew what was going on, but they said he was sick and nobody can see him. But he's sick, and
they spread rumors that he died. It's a whole lot.
So he's not sick no more.
He's not sick no more.
Was he ever sick?
Yeah, he was sick. I mean, listen, I'm gonna tell you like Jeremy Hyman told me. The brother had a drug overdose.
Oh.
The brother was snorting that powder.
Oh.
Sniffing that
Fentanyl.
nose candy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? and
Wow, I had a heart attack.
probably had some fentanyl in there.
Oh,
And, you know what I'm saying? And
wow.
then the OD.
Right.
So it technically did OD.
Right.
Took him to the hospital. You know, treated him. They wouldn't tell you what for.
Right.
That's why, you know, and that's what
Okay.
he broke it down. You know, what Occam's razor is. Occam's razor, basically taking the best scenario with the least amount of information. So you take what information you have,
Mhm.
and based off
Make
of that information, you make it
The best scenario
best-
possible.
Yeah, best explanation.
Right.
possible.
Right. Okay.
You know,
Okay.
so
I
based
guess.
off the information.
And
So they not telling you nothing. This brother in the hospital, drug overdose. We all know that all these celebrities are doing drugs.
Yeah.
He came back on social media with a pale face, like he looked
Wow.
white as Casper the ghost, and everybody was saying, "Oh, they cloned him." And of course, the movie just came out where he was in the movie called They Cloned Tyrone, and everybody was getting cloned in this movie. And now black people are trying to put two and two together and say, "Oh, they putting the clues right in our face. They cloned this man." Okay, but why would America clone Jamie Foxx if he's still gonna f up? Hey, what was the point of cloning him then?
Yeah, we worry about the wrong things though. We over here worry about a goddamn movie and man
Yeah.
being cloned instead of worry about, you know what I mean, getting out of hell.
And like y'all said, hell is him not even being able to quote the Bible.
Right.
I mean, we read the Bible. Like Eric, when we bring up the black people, the Jews, you know, people say, "Oh, well, Jesus went to his own, and his own chose not." That's why, you know, the Jews killed Christ. So y'all to blame. If y'all the Jews, like that's what they'll say. All niggas is doing is quoting the Bible. Everybody knows that the Jews told the Romans
Mhm.
to put Christ on the cross.
Mm-hmm.
That's common knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So why is the Jewish people getting mad at Jamie Foxx? Because we in hell. Can't say anything.
You can't say nothing.
Wow.
This man gotta apologize for using Christ. You know, just making a statement, man. A grown ass man.
Yeah.
Come on.
But listen, he didn't have to. He didn't have to. He made a choice to.
Yeah.
Like, cause he want that money to continue coming in. He won't sacrifice that. He don't want to come down to the lowest depths of hell. He's in hell, but he don't want to come down to the lowest depths of hell where you know Sharatazad and Aitazab and the Shak is at, and Gobble War and Thamayah. He don't want none of that. He don't want to have nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? He wants his hell is just enough where he can bear it.
He can still sleep at night.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And if he can't, he take a two to some coat.
Yeah. So give me if you would, give me Jeremiah 16 and 11. Okay. This hell is a condition on earth. Okay, it's not a place you go and your soul is tortured forever. That's a fairy tale. It's make believe. Okay, and they came up with it to control the society, like I told you earlier. Okay, this was a form of control to tell you, if you know what I mean, if you don't do this, behave this way while you're on earth, that when you die, your soul will be tortured forever. But if you are a good slave, you know, you'll get to go and walk on streets of gold in the clouds. Okay? It's all fairy tales. Okay? Go ahead and read, Gobble War.
Come, sir. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 11. Then shalt thou say unto them, because your fathers have forsaken me, saith the Lord, and have walked after other gods, and have served them, and have worshipped them, and have forsaken me.
Where you at? Hold on, Salaki, where you at?
You said Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 11, sir.
Is that what I said? Salaki, I meant Jeremiah chapter 17. Chapter 17 and verse 4.
Come, sir.
The water. Salaki.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever.
That's it, man. That's the Lord telling you, okay, that he is going to put you in a bad condition. This fire that's been kindled, okay, in his anger is going to burn for a long time. We're going to be in this condition for a long time until we figure out that we need to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, okay? And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue, okay? You're no longer going to be, you know what I mean, dressing the way we dressed before, eating the way we ate before, living in the land we lived in before, okay? We're going to discontinue from that, from thine heritage. You lose your heritage, you know what I mean? You don't know who you are anymore. Now you're confused. Now you don't know how to live in the earth because you don't know who you are. Okay? And shall discontinue from thine inheritance that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies. Now, if you're serving your enemy, what is that, heaven? Is that the condition you want to be in?
Right.
Serving your actual enemies? This is talking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people.
Right.
The Lord said, if you stop keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments, you will serve your enemies. That's hell, man. That's not hell under the earth, but that's hell right here on earth, like we read earlier. Okay? The place of judgment is right here on earth. Okay? In a land which thou knowest not. Okay, that's them slave ships.
Right.
Brought us over here. Now we're serving our enemies. Okay, and this condition that we're in is hell. Hell is on earth, not under the ground. Okay, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. Okay, this condition that we in, it seems like it's never going to end. You know what I mean? Ever since we got off them slave ships, we've tried everything. It seems like, brother, listen, niggas say it all the time. You know what I mean? It seems like forever, man. When is this going to end?
Right.
The Lord is telling you it's going to last for a very long time. Okay? That forever just means a very long time. It's been 500 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a long, long time to be getting hung on trees, raped, murdered, living in the lowest condition. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when you don't keep God's laws. If you are, you know what I mean, Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, okay, you're God's chosen people. He gave you a way, he gave you a heritage. We just read it. That heritage is the way of life, how to live in the earth, okay? Being transsexual, or what's the word? What is alternative lifestyle is not your heritage. Okay? Eating whatever you want to eat, anytime you want to eat it, is not your heritage. The Lord said you would discontinue from that because you kindle a fire in his anger. How did you do that? By stop keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Turned your back on your power. So now he turned his back on you. Okay? And he's putting you in a low estate. What we read in the last scripture we just read. Okay? This is the condition that we're in because we stopped keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? Now we serve our enemies. Okay? Now we have to discontinue from our heritage. You ask any Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian, you know, what food they ate prior to slavery, and they can't tell you. I was talking to the Levi brother on the slave, you know what I mean? And I said, you know, how did you dress before, you know, coming to on slave ships? I don't know. You know what I mean? What food did you eat? I don't know. You know what I mean? What God did you serve? I don't know. Because the Lord has made us discontinue from it. Okay? Because we kindle a fire in his heart. Okay? We kindle that fire by not keeping the laws. Y'all got anything you want to say? Just jump in.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Yeah, man, that's heavy what you're bringing out. And our enemies, they beat our back end so much and they oppress us so much to the point that we don't even care about our heritage. We don't care about our forefathers. We just care about the American dream. We just care about having some kind of peace on this earth because we've been beat down so much to the point where we don't even believe that we can have any kind of spirit to fight back. You know, that's how much they don't beat us down in this place called America, man. Know what I mean?
You're correct.
Like these the white man, he usually just beat us and we just look at our brother getting beat up and we don't do nothing about it. Now we got brothers down here in Montgomery, Alabama, they jumping in the water, coming to help their brother, man. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, and now that's how you get up out of this condition. And you don't get out of this condition by, you know, physically fighting the white man. But that is a sign of what we need to do. Because now white people don't know what the hell to do now, man. How we gonna get these niggas back in line? You know, me and Officer Taziad and Officer Lahagun, we went to Montgomery today. And these white people, believe it or not, they are sending threats, man. They're sending threats saying they're gonna come back and do something because they got Shane on national TV.
Wow.
They didn't like that, man. They didn't like that. And guess what? They're not gonna like what on Saturday when we come down there and blaze on these goddamn devils, man. Because it's not over.
Look at Common War. You had the slave, bro?
Oh, come, sir.
Nigga said, let him try me. He's sitting in the chair right now.
Right. See his eyes over there. Watching the door.
Yeah.
Hey, but that's heavy, Thumber Young, what you're saying, because like you said, from like when we were slaves, we couldn't do nothing but watch. They beat us down to the point where 2023, they used to us just watching them. It just happened in New York when the Edomite choked out the brother to death. And everybody just watched. Like literally killed him right there, and everybody just watched. How many times have you seen videos, you know what I mean, where something's happening to a brother or sister by an Edomite, and we're just filming it. We're just watching. But like Officer Thumber Young said, the Lord Spirit, he's pouring his spirit back into the earth, man. Under the tutorship of Commanding General Yohana, you know what I'm saying? The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, man. We are pushing this truth and bringing Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians back together, man. So now we, like you say, Esau don't know what to do. Brothers and sisters are joining together. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely, you know what I mean? Like that's what's needed. That's what we need to get out of this hell, man. Because it's, you know what I mean? Like we gotta, it's so crazy, like I was saying earlier, you know, like I can't believe 2023, Black people still believe that you die and go, you know what I mean? You go under the earth and your soul is tortured forever. You know what I mean? It's just amazing to me. With all of the technology that we have, you still believe you're gonna die and go, and your soul is gonna go under the earth and burn forever? That's what this is all about, us teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians the true breakdowns of these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And how do we get it? We got it from Yahushua, and he passed it down, and now under Commanding General Yohana, we get to teach Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians the truth about their heritage and who they are, and wake them up so we can come back together like they see down in, where is it at? In Montgomery? You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about.
Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
If I may, I wonder if I could pull a precept about hell that's in the book of Tobit, chapter 13, verse 2.
Please.
I wonder if I could get somebody that could read it for me because
Trooper, go
my
ahead.
sword's kind of messed up.
Can you get it at the top? Go ahead. Itazar got it.
The book
Come
of
on.
Tobit.
Come on, sir.
You said 13?
Yeah, chapter 13, verse 2.
All right. The book of Tobit, chapter 13, verse 2. For he doth scourge and hath mercy. He leadeth down to hell and bringeth up again.
Wow.
Neither is there any that can avoid his hand.
Man, I love this scripture, man. The Christian church, they don't like the Apocrypha, man. That Apocrypha got some deep scriptures about hell. You know, it exposed that doctrine of you go to hell under the ground and get burnt up forever. Right here in this scripture, it tells you that the Lord do scourge. Scourge mean like punishment, you know, or give you a whooping. And he do have mercy. He can lead you down to hell and bring you back up again. Know what I mean? Out of that hell. You don't die and go to hell forever. You die and come back in hell over and over again under this white man if you don't stop loving him, man. If you don't separate. That's how we end up keep being in this hell, man, because we want to love the white man and don't want to love our brothers and our sisters, man.
It's like it. That's super duper heavy what you just brought out, sir. Like if I could start from one, it says, then Tobit wrote a prayer of rejoicing and said, blessed be God that liveth forever, and blessed be his kingdom, for he doth scourge and have mercy. He leadeth down to hell and bringeth up again. Like, that's heavy as hell because this is talking about God. It's saying God leads these people to hell. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. Like, it's so many things that the ISUPK taught a nigga, and I had to say it like that because I was a nigga.
It's all right.
And I'm still a nigga.
Right.
I'm just saying, like,
hey,
the mind of a nigga.
Serve the nigga God.
I serve the nigga God. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga God is the one that's doing all the leading. You know what I'm saying? Like, Christians teach you something else. Like, they teach you that, you know, the devil gonna lead you to hell. The devil works for God.
Right.
So who's doing the work? You know what I'm saying? Who's the one? Like, the Christian church has destroyed all of us. They destroyed our mind. We don't know what to believe about the Bible because we believe in cartoons. You know what I'm saying? They paint the picture like it's a cartoon, and so now you stuck believing in fairy tales. You don't even understand that this Bible is a real book. It tells you that what you're going through right here on earth is the hell. You know what I'm saying? That's the hell that he's talking about. But this punishment that you in right now, don't know if you're gonna survive tomorrow. Listen, a soul, like, common sense tell you that your soul can't burn. It needs something tangible. It needs something, you know, physical to burn.
Right.
How the hell does a soul burn forever? You know what I'm saying? If you break it down, how, like you just said, we've been here forever. We've been on earth forever. And it's been nothing but torture. You know what I'm saying? Being literally burned alive. You know what I'm saying? Being hung from a tree. Your baby's being taken from you and given and fed to alligators. This is hell. Like, what other place do you know? How can it get any worse? Mine is better. You know what I'm saying? I would rather die than have to go through this again, over and over and over again. I'd rather just die.
Salakia. What's that saying? I'd rather live like a soldier than die like a coward. That's real, man.
That's it.
I know the white man, he would rather die with a rifle in his hand or a goddamn AK-47 before he served a goddamn nigga. And I feel the same way.
That's it.
Salakia.
No, you're right, man. That is so true right there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like like Christ said, you know what I'm saying? He don't want to serve me, bring him here and slay him before me. You know what I mean? Because the white man do not want to serve the nigga God. The Chinese people do not want to serve the nigga God. Nobody wants to much less serve the nigga God. They don't even want to listen to a nigga.
Right.
Negroes don't want to listen to Negroes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's because we've forgotten who we are. Like you said, Thumbiyam, it's been beat out of us. And it takes men with courage, like Commanding General Yohana, to stand up for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians and bring us back together. You know what I'm saying? And raise up real warriors and men.
Right.
Okay. You done with that, Thumbiyam?
Come, sir. I'm done.
Most High Christ. If you would, let's go to Nahum chapter 9. Okay. We gotta wake our people up, man. We gotta come out here on these airways day in and day out, okay, and teach our brothers and sisters the truth about this Bible, who they are, and be unapologetic about it. Okay.
Chapter 1, verse 5.
Give me 9, chapter 9, verse 36.
Nahum?
I'm sorry, Nehemiah. My bad. Nehemiah, Salakia. 9 and 36.
You said chapter 9, verse
Man, this,
Come, sir.
go ahead.
Nehemiah chapter 9, verse 36. Behold, we are servants this day, and for the land that thou gavest unto our fathers to eat the fruit thereof, and the good thereof, behold, we are servants in it.
Right. That's us today. You know what I mean? To be a servant in the actual land that, you know what I mean, was given to you by your power, your God, the land you're supposed to prosper in. Now you're a servant in your own land. You know what I mean? Like, that's hell. To be, you know what I mean, having your heritage taken away from you, to be discontinued from what your power gave you. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but black people used to run the earth. And now here we are, servants, you know what I mean, in a land that the Most High gave us. Okay? That's hell. All these scriptures that we are bringing out is perfect descriptions of a condition that we're in because we stopped keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments. Okay? Hell is not a place, a condition under the earth. Hell is not somewhere you go and burn, you know what I mean, for not keeping God's laws. Okay? Hell is a place where you're going to be a servant in your own land, Okay? Behold, we are servants this day. Go ahead. We are servants. And that's for sure Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay? This book is written about us, for us, and to us. Okay? 2023, we are servants. Because why? Because we don't have our own land anymore. We don't have our own culture. We don't have our own heritage. Okay? We don't have our own government. We don't have any assurance of our life. That's hell, man. To wake up and not know if you're coming home. To wake up before the sun comes out and get home before the sun, you know what I mean, after the sun goes down, and then have to do it over and over and over and over and over again. Why? Because you're a servant. That's hell. Okay? And that's the condition of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian people. That's where we're at today. Okay? Judgment is found under the sun and nowhere else, right here on earth. Okay? Behold, we are servants this day. and for the land that thou givest unto our fathers to eat the fruit thereof and the good thereof. Behold, we are servants in it. Okay, keep reading.
Verse 37. And it yieldeth much increase unto the kings, whom thou hast set over us because of our sins.
That's it right there, man. Because we stopped keeping God's laws. And that's, you know what I mean? Like, how could you be in this condition unless you did something wrong? You know what I mean? 500 years of not being able to figure out, you know what I mean, how to get out the bottom. You know what I mean? I remember, it's so crazy. Officer Gazak said, you know, black people, they say black people are like a crab in the barrel, right? Like, we got to blame each other, right? We blame each other. We pull each other down, this, that, and the third, right? But he said nobody never asked the question, who put them crabs in that barrel? You know what I mean? Who put them crabs in that barrel? They're not supposed to be in a barrel. That's what your oppressor did to you, man. Okay? That's what our oppressor did to us. Get what's the scripture say, in the time of their calamity. Okay, let's get that, because, you know, our oppression is up, man. It's time for us to come up out of this thing. But the only way we're going to do it is like Officer Thumber Young brought out. We got to come together. We came into this situation together, and we're going to leave. We're going to get out of it together. And that's it, man. Okay? I'm tired of being a servant, you know what I mean, under this oppressor. Okay? If you could get that for me and go ahead and read it when you get it. Okay? It's time for us to come out. Our servant, you know what I mean? We did our time, man. You know what I mean? It's time for us to come up out of this condition. Okay? It's time for us to come out of this condition, man. And the only way we're going to do it is if we raise up a nation, raise up blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to their true heritage so they can come back to it. Break these scriptures down and show them what it really means. Okay? Go ahead.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 5. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to start at 4. Verse 4. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Right. The children of Israel. And that's another thing. Like, we gotta, you know what I mean? I ask black people, who is this book about? And they'll tell you everybody. You know what I mean? Whoever believes in Jesus. Well, no, that's not true. This book is to the children, the lost 12 tribes of Israel. Where you at again, Aitazah?
Ezekiel 35 and 4.
35 and 4. Okay. I will lay waste the cities. It's like, I will lay the cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. Okay, that's what when this revolution happens for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, this is what our power is going to do, just like he did to Egypt. Okay, but when it says cities, you can think of like LA, New York, Miami, Chicago. They're going to be wastelands. Okay. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord. That's so heavy, because that's how, you know what I mean? When we came out of our slavery, when we came out of hell, out of Egypt, we knew God did it. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't give the praise to nobody else. We knew God did it. And when it happens this time, every eye shall see, and you'll know that God did it. You know what I mean? You'll know it wasn't Creflo Dollar. You'll know it wasn't TD Snakes. You'll know that it was the Most High. Verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, okay, and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, and the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end. This is the time that they really want to get it in on you. Just like in Montgomery, Alabama, They want to be able to kill you at will. They want to be able to just kill you and nothing is said, sweep it under the rug. They just niggas. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord said, this is the time, you know what I mean? Like that he's going to really, really, just like when we was coming out of Egypt. You know what I mean? And we had to pass through Edom. Okay? What did they do? The people that were slow and, you know, the old and, you know, the cripple or whatever that was in the back of the caravan, they killed them.
Right.
These people our enemy has had a perpetual hatred for us. Perpetual means, you know what I mean? Like never ending. Okay? And we, man, listen, as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we got to continue what's, you know, like what we saw happen in Montgomery, Alabama, and come together. Okay? I'll go over one couple more chapters to Ezekiel 39 and 23. Because, man, this is heavy right here. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like I thought about that, you know what I mean? That scripture that we read the other day when the Lord said he called heaven and earth. You know what I mean? He called heaven. When we went into this covenant, man, he called heaven and earth, you know what I mean, to be a witness to it. That's why we can't get out of it. We can't get away from it. Everybody knows. The angels know, you know what I mean? The heathens know. Everybody knows that we are God's chosen people and we went into a covenant and we are the ones who should be running the earth. Everybody know but us. You know what I mean? Everybody know but us. And since 1969, listen, the Most High has been pouring his spirit back into the earth. So we'll know again. We'll know how to behave in the earth. We'll know how we're supposed to dress. We'll know who we're supposed to love. We'll know what foods we're supposed to eat. Okay? It's taking a little time, but in the time of our calamity, when we're trying to get ourselves together, this is when the hatred of our oppressor is really going to ramp up. You understand? Read what you got, Tazar.
Book of Ezekiel, chapter 39, verse 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity.
We don't even know that. Like, that's crazy. We've been trying to figure out, we march, we beg, we do all these other things, and don't know the reason why we were on those auction blocks is because, what did it say? Read it again.
And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity.
For not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. We got put on auction blocks. For not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, we got hung from trees. For not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, 2023, we get shot. Okay, we get, you know what I mean? Like you said earlier, kidnapped, never found, unalive. And all this is happening because we didn't keep God's laws. We didn't keep our end of the bargain. You understand? Keep reading.
Come. Because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them.
Right. So God don't see what you're going through right now. You know what I mean? That's heavy, man. Like he don't even see, you know what I mean, me living in an alley, you know what I mean? And, you know, I leave for work 6 o'clock in the morning and have no insurance for my life. Now, how do we get him to turn his face back to us? You face the east and pray to him. Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Go to camp, cry aloud. You understand what I'm saying? Have brotherhood, love one another. You understand? This is how we'll get our power to turn his face back to us and then send our king to get us out of this condition. Because that's the only way we're going to get out. By Yahushua coming and returning and killing every, unaliving every soul that has, you know, stood against us and stood against our God. Even though he put us in this condition, when they are against us, they're against our God. I know it's a conundrum. It's hard to understand, but that's what it is. Okay, keep reading.
Therefore, I hid my face from them
Right.
and gave them into the hand of their enemies.
We got enemies out here, man.
Right.
How else? I mean, how else do you? What's the word? How else do you? What's the word? Explain, I guess, a certain race of people that do nothing but murder, rape, rob, and kill you. How do you categorize them? That's your enemy, man. If Chinese people continually, you know what I mean, lock our sisters up in their shops and beat them up, that's your enemy, man. Okay? If the Arab continually use and abuse our sisters, you know, in the back of their corner store, and you know what I mean, and overprice us for fried chicken and stuff, that's your enemy, man. We got enemies out here. Okay? And Salakia, and gave them into the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. And that's what's happening to us right now today, man. For not keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments, we fall by the sword. By us not keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, we have discontinued from our heritage. And guess what, Itazar? Guess what, Sharatazar Gabawar? If we did not discontinue from our heritage, we wouldn't be under the influence that hell is somewhere in the ground.
Right.
We'll know better than that. You know what I'm saying? We know our power. He gave us, you know what I mean, everything we need to know right here in these records. He shared all the stuff that we need to know is right here. We know that we got the knowledge of it. And what we don't need to know, we don't know. You understand? But if we would have not discontinued from those laws, we wouldn't have discontinued from our heritage. Okay, and we would not have, you know what I mean, lost our estate. The way we were before. You know what I mean? We were kings and priests, you know what I'm saying? We was princes of the power. And now we're just drug dealers, crack addicts, strippers. We lost our estate, man. That's the way we were, you know what I mean? We lost that. Now we think hell is a place you go when you die. No, hell is a place that you are in when you stop keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments if you're a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. You understand? Okay. So y'all brothers got anything else you want to go ahead and add? If not, you know, we right up on the time. Right on the time, man.
Yep.
9 o'clock on the dot. Hey, the water Sharat out for coming through. Let's get, you know what I mean? Trooper God of War, Officer Itazar, Officer Thumayum for stopping in. Okay. Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're under Commanding General Yohana, not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite groups. Okay, what we got coming up, we got the trip to the UK. Okay, so if you want to, you know, spend some time with your brothers and sisters in the UK and celebrate God's high holy days, you know what I mean? Get with Captain Mashak. Okay, and he got all the info you need. Okay, what else we got going on?
September 27th through the October 4th.
September 27th through October the 4th is going down. Okay, go ahead and get on that. What is it? 17-hour flight?
Yeah.
Trying to make that move over here. I was gonna hit you yesterday and be like, what's up with the you never hit me back on the hotel accommodations.
Yeah, I talked to you.
Okay. So yeah, so we want to, you know what I mean? Like that's going down. Okay. We got a food drive here, right here in the building, 1628 Avenue E. Okay, we feeding Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians every Sunday. Okay, from 12 till. Okay. Somebody said something? Okay. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and salute y'all brothers out. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Baraka Thumb.
Yabasha. So,
The sister Yahweh Shemal Athab Bashim Yahweh Shai.
I was tomorrow thought about some y'all shot.
Okay. Listen, we in the building down here, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We doing a lot. We go to camp. We teach. You know what I mean. We give away food. We do a lot of stuff. You know, and we got to keep these lights on. Okay. We don't. Esau don't just out of the goodness of his heart. You know what I mean. Give us a pass. We got rent, light, all kinds of financial obligations. So if you could pay your tithes, okay, pay your tithes, and you know what I mean, and help out this brotherhood, okay. So with that, shalom.
shalom.
All right, Sharatazak, the water.
Come on, sir. The water to you.
No
Shalom,
sweat.
shalom.
Duh. Sharatazak said he's gonna be